Hello everyone, and welcome to my flip through of my 2025 journals. This is what I'm using this year, just a regular big notebook that I got from TikTok Shop and an Archer and Olive notebook. This year, I am very much returning to my roots and treating this as a catch-all, every single thing under the sun journal. So it's part long-form journal, part sketchbook, part scrapbook. This is just an example of some of the ways I am doing a spread in it this year. I super burnt myself out the past 2 years doing a every single week scrapbook, which is amazing, and I treasure them so dearly. But this year I was like, I need to move on, we need some new energy, and I'm just not feeling what I was doing anymore. So that is okay, and let this be a reminder to you, if you're feeling stuck and stagnant in your own journals, your journals are for you. So you get to be the boss of how those journals look and when and how you make changes to them. And this is an example of my first sort of visual scrapbook spread of the year. This was kind of the first couple weeks of January here that I'm working on. I love to save screenshots of TikToks or of posts I see that are important to me or that speak to me in a particular way, and I love to mix that with stickers and washi tape and photos from my life and a few little notes here and there. So I had a lot of fun doing this, and I'm really looking forward to keeping it all in one place this year instead of having it all over. And then probably what you're most interested in is my bullet journal / planner for 2025. It is a pre-made planner, which I don't love. So I'll show you guys as we go through it, how I've sort of edited it back to be my own. I've got some cutouts here of different images, some phrases. That's a photo I actually took. And I'm gonna do some collaging in the front. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. First and foremost, a future log. I love a future log. I like a 4-page spread, so I have 3 months per page. I love it for tracking the full moons, the new moons, everybody's birthdays. I also love to put in shows that are returning, albums that are being released, things like that. It's fun to look back on. This is a spread that I have been very consistent about, and I use it every year religiously. I love this spread. I think it's useful for so many different types of lifestyles, and I would recommend it for anyone who hasn't tried it. If you watched my 2024 flip through, you will know that you will see what these look like when they're full. I will be honest with y'all, I hate how these look. I don't like the colors I chose. I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm not worried about it because when they're covered and filled with all my photos and memories from each month, it's not even going to be noticeable. It's really okay. And these were the boxes. I did them vertically last year, so I decided to go horizontal in this particular book because it fits better. And I really like how the layout is because I'm going to have much more room than I had in previous setups. We went bright for the summer months. And then we tried to go back to autumnal for the end of the year. But again, these will all be filled. I will be happy to show you them. This page is one of my favorites every year. It's my library page. As you can see, I've already read 2 books, and I just love making it really witchy. This window was inspired by Katie is Reading. I love her reading journal spreads. Behind the library page, I always love to do my books of 2025. I just cut out the actual images of the book covers and I give them a star rating and I write when I finish them, and it's super fun. It's like a little reward system for my brain. When I finish a book, I get excited about getting to put the cover into these pages. So it's like a fun way to encourage me to read more because it's fun to me to get to see all the book covers together. This spread is music of 2025. Again, I always do this every year. It's always fun for me to go back at the end of the year and include my top played playlists, my top songs, my top albums, all of that. So I don't really touch this page until the very end of the year, but I like to have a dedicated space for Next, this is one of my favorite spreads. I also do this every year. This is my Tarot of the Year spread, and I will do a big spread of pulling 12 cards for the whole next year. So 1 card per month. And then I will do a spread like this where I will write down notes about the card, themes of the card, and just like have it as a point of reference for my whole year. And this is something that I really deeply love doing. I love how this one looks. It really makes me happy when I see it. My friend gave me these Rider-Waite tarot stickers, so that's what those are. And something that I do also as just a personal art project every month is I will make my own version in collage form of the card. So this month I'm working on a temperance collage, and I actually am obsessed with it. So I'm excited to show you if you want to see it. I will probably share it at some point. Okay, then the following several pages, I decided this year, because I have been burnt out in the way that I was journaling, that I wasn't going to do a bunch of physical collage in the same way that I had been doing it. So the next few pages are basically my vision boards for the year, but I decided to do them digitally so that I have digital collages that then I printed out, and then I just colored in little things that I felt like tied them together for the backgrounds. And I love how this turned out. These pages make me really happy. I love looking at them. I feel like they reflect a lot of my desires for the year. And in fact, I had so much fun making them on Pinterest that I have 6. So instead of 1 physical collage vision board, we've got 6 digital collage vision boards, and they all go together. And it was so fun for me to be able to do these. So I'll show you all the other 4. Here's the middle pages. And these are great things to have just for posterity's sake, but also like for me to check back in on, to look at when I don't feel inspired, and just to like remember what I was longing for at the outset of this new year. And here are the last 2. This one is definitely most about my art career and intentionally reinvesting in myself as an artist this year. And I feel really that it's really important to me to lean into my identity and my path as an artist this year. Next, we have a little chronic illness fun chart times that I like. I came up with this last year and I really liked it. It was helpful for me so that I don't have to keep any kind of like doctor's notes, follow-up info in my head after the appointments. I just write how the appointments went and any kind of follow-ups, and then they're all in one place. And it is so nice, and it was so nice to have last year. So I have that again. This year we're trying a couple new trackers. So I've got my period tracker, my pain tracker, and then specifically this year I wanted to track my IBS and digestive issues in one space, and then like really try to get a better grip on the data of what is happening. And then this spread is a new spread for me. It's my no/low buy. Let's be real, it's really low buy. Okay, it's not no buy. This I feel like is going to be super interesting. And it's not about punishing or perfection. It's really about tracking and noticing and like getting into a habit of understanding my relationship to my money, where my money is going, how I'm spending it, when I'm spending it, and trying to be more intentional in all of that. So for now, we're really just like taking January to like notice. So this is just to indicate a no spending day, a necessary day, like I paid a bill, I got gas in my car, something like that, and then like discretionary spending day. So I'm excited about this. I'm a bit of a nerd, so this appeals to me. Now we're getting into January. Again, this was a pre-setup. I'll show y'all. Let's see. Let's go ahead. This is what it looked like. So this is what the pre-setup looked like. Each month has something like this. Me personally, I was like, absolutely not. I don't like this. I don't want to see this. I immediately know I'm going to cover it up. That is no offense to their cute designs. I love a lighthouse, but I just knew I wasn't going to be doing that. So this is what January looked like before I got into it, and then it goes into the calendar. So, oops, here we go. So I also wanted to do something that makes me happy, which is a digital collage for the month So this is my like January energy of like resting, loving on myself, maybe starting some things, but really still being in like sleepy reading, gathering Pinterest inspo, like taking care of myself. Like it's winter, you know? These are some of my favorite spreads. Again, period tracker always. This is how I do my habit trackers. Half of this is like stuff I want to be doing, and then half of this is just like stuff I don't want to be happening, but I want to know when it is happening. And then this is my mood tracker. I don't remember who I saw this specific type of mood tracker from, but essentially if you imagine like an arrow pointing this way and pointing that way on a spectrum. So it's like the lowest low is here, the highest high is here. When I found this, I was like, this is perfect. That is so much better to me than marking like happy, sad. It's like, that's not how I experience my days. It's just cool to be able to see the trends and how things are happening, etc. And then here is the calendar page. And I colored anything that's in color, I added. I also put my tarot card of the month under here. I was listening to Casey Musgrave's Star-Crossed album when I was doing this, and I love the song There Is a Light, so I put there is a light at the end of the tunnel, there is a light inside of me, because I love those lines. I haven't decided what I'm doing with this section yet. I might actually tape in a small digital collage of my temperance collage once it's finished, because I love to print out a digital collage. One thing about me, even if I'm working digitally, it's going to be physical eventually. So, and this part I do love. I wanted to point that out. I do this every monthly spread. I do reading, watching, listening. And again, that's just super fun to check back in on throughout the year. I feel hugely relieved to be back to having some form of planner that is a little bit set up for me so that I'm not doing all the work myself, and also to be using digital collage instead of physical collage, because it's really going to free up my time for other projects that I'm wanting to work on. I'm excited to evolve, see how the journaling year goes, and thank you so much for watching all the way through. If you did, comments and let me know what you're doing for your journals this year, what you would like to see, any questions you have for me. I'm happy to share any and everything. I love talking about journals, so I'm so happy you're here. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.